Hey guys, week 11 recording has started. Okay, so I want to go week 11 with some totals, some spreads. Going to go less on rankings and matchups, more so with my personal opinion on these games. Let's jump right to it. Raiders at Dolphins. It's at -7, 44 total. So we're looking at over on this game. Tua is coming back, so that tells me that the offense should be a little bit better, but kind of hasn't been. I like HEN in this game for some reason. I think he's going to explode against the Raiders. So I like the Dolphins. I like them to cover that -7. So now we're looking at Packers and Bears. So the Bears offense, I wrote on my notes, suck offensively, bottom third. Caleb Williams isn't really doing too much right now. So I like the Packers in this game. Could be a low scoring game. Last couple of weeks, I've been saying high scoring game. Every time it involves the Packers, they're coming off a bye. Offense should look good. Love should get his legs back. Love legs back, like a tongue twister. So I like the Packers. So it's at 5.5, 40.5. Yes and yes. So now we got Browns Saints. Browns -1, 44.5. Saints need to improve against the run, I think. So let's see how the Browns running game does. But Chubb hasn't really been doing much since he's been back. So I don't. It's tough to see on that game. Um, think the Saints pull this game 44.5. Sure. I don't know who's going to go off on the Saints, right? The receiving core is injured. Olave is injured. So I like Cam Kamara to go off still, right? He's stayed this whole journey. He's been playing really well this year. Rams Pats. This is a sneaky game. -4 Rams. -4.5. 43.5 total. Going under. Pats have been playing hard with the new coaching staff. Defensively, offense still a little sucky. Stevenson could be a player to watch on the Rams. I have no idea. Puka got pulled out of the game 2 weeks ago, caused a fight. Last week it was like 18 or 19 fantasy points. So Coop and Nakua, let's see. Their third receiver, D. Robinson, fell off a cliff. He had like 3 really good games, but that was without Nakua. So I don't know who I would take on the Rams. I would stay away. Maybe Stevenson this game, someone to watch. He's a little low on FanDuel. So so on the points under, I like the Pats in this game. Sneaky upset. Ravens Steelers should be a high scoring game. 48.5 go over. -3 Ravens. I like the Steelers in this game. Wilson's 30 points a game. Their offense has been scoring points per game. I like Wilson in this game. The Baltimore defense has been terrible. Bottom quarter of the league, especially on secondary. So I do like Wilson, and I like Pickens. Pickens goes off on this game. So I like the Steelers. I like overall 48.5. Jags Lions -14. Lions 46.5. Jaguars are without Lawrence. Doesn't matter. Mac Jones stinks, right? So this should be a game where the Lions should destroy them. I don't like that -14. I wouldn't take that. 46.5. Not sure about that either. Think they score a lot of points in the first half and then they just taper off. Goff had 5 interceptions last game against Houston. Goff to go off. But I wouldn't take Brown. He's a little too high on daily. Jaguars have no offense, have no idea where they go. Ingram, I don't even know. Parker Washington was someone I picked up on the waiver wire a couple weeks ago. Mac Jones, 0 targets, 0 receptions last game. Washington on Jaguars. So I don't like anybody on Jaguars. ATN has fallen off a cliff. Tank Bigsby's injured. So nobody on Jags. The Lions, the running game, Montgomery. I like Montgomery and Gibbs in this game. More Montgomery. Gonna write down there Montgomery eats. Um, Not on the 14 points. 46 and a half. No, either. I think it's something like a 28-10 kind of game. So here we go. Vikings, Titans, -6, Vikings 39 and a half. Looks to be a low scoring game. Going with the Titans on this game. Vikings started off hot. Now they're tapering off. Sam Arnold started hot, and now he's tapering off. So he's had a couple bad games. This is a really good pass defense with the Titans. So I don't like the Vikings in this game. I don't like Justin Jefferson in this game. So go Titans. -6. Don't think so. 39. Go under on 39. Colts. Jets. Jets should have won last week, and they decided not to. They smoked by Arizona. That's going to continue. Um, Jets are going to be like a top 8 draft pick this year. Season's over, and the roster's just going to crumble. They need to just get rid of everybody. Okay, so -4 Jets, 43 and a half. Under on the total. I like the Colts on this game. AR-15's back. He can't throw the ball. He can run, right? So maybe Taylor has a game. AR-15 has a game running. Pierce, I got him on one deep ball. So Pierce, sneaky pickup. Based on that, what do we got next? Now we've got skipping a page, Seahawks 49ers, -6.5, 49ers 48 total. Um, yes, and yes, 49ers roll. Seems like they're back, playoff push, right? I thought with all their injuries, they wouldn't be able to sustain. They are. CMC's back, looking good. Jennings, looking for a big game from him. Even per Ricky Pearsall, looked good last week, had 15 points. So Jennings and Pearsall look good. Purdy looked good last week, 300 over 350 yards. 49ers roll. Falcons Broncos. Falcons Broncos. -2 Broncos, 44 and a half total. I like under on that. -2 Broncos, like the Broncos on this game. Falcons are tapering off. Patrick Surtain against London. Patrick Surtain wins. Cousins has been struggling. I think it's only been one game, though. Knicks goes off. I really like Knicks this game. Go Broncos. Um, let's see if they use Bijan Robinson, the Falcons. They're not gonna, and that's probably why they lose. Chiefs Bills, -2, 45 and a half. I like the Bills here on the upset to stop Chiefs on their undefeated run. Allen goes off even without any receivers. Use the running game a lot. Cooks is going to eat more on the Chiefs side. Maybe Hopkins, maybe not. It's tricky. I wouldn't play him. Bengals Chargers 1.5, 48 total on the Chiefs Bills. Got it under on 45 and a half. Go Bills. So Bengals Chargers at Chargers 1.5, 48 total. Going under on 48 total. Bengals are on a roll offensively, but defensively, yeah. Need to make push for the playoffs, so I like the Bengals in this game. Jamar Chase, right? Him and Burrow have a great connection, and they ate me up. I actually had to play them in a matchup last week. Of course, I got destroyed by like over 150 points. Terrible. Texans, Cowboys, go Texans, Cowboys. Going at Shador Sanders, Cam Ward, any quarterback, Carson back. They're in need of a quarterback, I think, next year. They're going to have a top 10 pick. Go Texans, not even a game to talk about. So that's what I have for you today on these weekly matchups. Week 11. KC Buffalo is a good game to watch. I don't think it's a great fantasy game. I like Baltimore, Tennessee, and a little bit of that Miami game. HEN, I like. And I like Detroit on the running game against Jacksonville. The Rams New England game is to me a game to stay away from. Baltimore Pittsburgh to me is a game to target. Pickens, Russell Wilson. I have no idea who's going to do well on Baltimore. I think this is a week that Henry doesn't eat that well against that Pittsburgh defense. But we'll see. Stay away from the Atlanta Denver game. I think it's a low scoring game. So that's what I got for you guys. Week 11 matchups. Looking forward to talking to you guys next week, week 12, and a little bit of the waiver wire. Fantasy Football Lab, week 11. Take care, guys.